I'll start with the Temus project. Our team comprised of Elizabeth, Amy, Daniel, and I. We are culturally, ethnically, and experientially rich and diverse. We had team forming, storming, and norming. However, it was not as effective as a physical meeting. We did the team charter and assigned roles and deadlines. It was tough to keep up with the schedule as there were hidden agenda issues and some social loafing issues initially. Initial catch up with team was okay, but further down there seemed to be some confusion about the problem statement itself. I feel we lacked industry knowledge to ask the right questions to them. We used our mentor Paul's entrepreneurship framework to draft a pitch. Planning was perfect, however, there was a lack of synergy and resulting in a reduced team motivation. We used constructive criticism to improve this, and we did not openly engage in weekly catch-ups with the team as we felt a bit apprehensive of our ideas being revealed to the rest of the group. So, in the hindsight, I feel we should have had a personal catch-up or via emails or some other means to bounce our suggestions and get their feedback. Based on conversation with teamers at the outset, I thought they were seeking a strategy advice regarding an internal platform development for skills gap. We built a solution around this requirement to test it internally and to launch it into the open market and springboard from Singapore to Western markets and also developing economies. We focused on winning the attention by targeting on unique selling propositions. However, upon presentation, I understood that they were more after an actionable solution that can be implemented in the immediate future. I feel that the problem statement was not clearly understood by us, and hence we couldn't articulate our thoughts coherently. My key learning from Singapore that matters to me the most is to know how to stay ahead of the game, because Singapore is always ahead of the game, so they want us to think 10 times and a 10x speed to answer a problem and also something that's actionable. So that's my key takeaway. With Botnoi, our team comprised of Danny, Joe, Sanjeev, and I, yet another rich and diverse team. We went through forming, storming, and norming, assigned roles and deadlines. We did have hidden agenda problems as we had people focusing on alternate projects, paying less attention to the assigned task. Catching up with Botnoi team was insightful, however, our weekly catch-ups were not so efficient. I felt there was a linguistic barrier to find out data about Botnoi while doing our market research. I then figured out to connect with Botnoi via social media. I connected with Dr. Wen on Facebook, and I interacted with him and asked questions so I could get a direct feedback about how to move forward. I thought we figured out the requirement of the client based on the input that Dr. Wen gave us. That is, he prioritized expanding into the neighboring markets, particularly Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia. So we thought that is the primary objective that we should be focusing on. We built a solution around, we built a pitch around it, and I thought using a strong, unique selling proposition would help us win their attention, captivate the audience. Our offering was wide and ambitious. We just stitched in a lot of long-term unique selling propositions. We covered a whole lot of USPs in a single pitch, including the concept of integrating with Line. We felt confident we would win because we drew a lot of engagement from the team. Compared to teamers, we learned from teamers that we should interact with based on the feedback that teamers members gave us. We weren't interacting with them, we weren't engaging with them one-on-one, so we took that feedback and incorporated it in Botnoi. So our presentation at Botnoi was way better than what we did at Temus, because in Temus we were more conscious. We were not well prepared, to be honest. So if I were to look at the video and review it myself, I would say that's definitely not a professional way of doing it. The quality of presentation could have been better. Looking at the presentations from Coca-Cola, Zespri, and the other other professional bodies. I feel our presentation is not at par with what a business presentation should be looking like. So those are again learnings from Singapore we tried to implement in Botnoi. We did draw a lot of attention from Botnoi team panel. They asked a lot of questions. They were very much interested in our USP, which we focus mainly on making Botnoi a platform that will break linguistic barriers. Likewise, in Temus, we also focused on skills lifecycle management. The name Temus should resonate with skills lifecycle management from hire to retire. Something we thought. Our whole thought process worked like if we do a strong unique selling proposition, it would attract us, but that didn't work. So that's the learning for me. We've I learned also after a short. They were particularly after both Temus and Botnoi. They were particularly after a short-term actionable strategy that they can use for the immediate future, and they preferred. Both Temus and Botnoi. They did like ours, and particularly the head of HR and Temus and Dr. Win and Botnoi and Tanawat and Botnoi liked our strategy. They wanted to keep it as a long-term plan. However, for the immediate needs, they picked something else. So that's something that I learned. The team that focused on just one USP, that is like line app integration. There was a team who focused on line app integration. That actually took them apart from what we presented. I learned that focusing on just one thing would help, and then I also learned that showcasing 100 different unique selling points or strengths is not good enough to capture their attention. What matters the most is to practice it 1,000 times, even on one unique selling point, and make the pitch an actionable one that can be implemented in the real future. With both Botnoi and Temus, the experience I had, the learnings I had, made me realize that I must always think like one of them to be able to win their confidence. Thank you.